Hello everyone, welcome back to my gaming review. Today I want to talk about the Sega Dreamcast, a game system that I have used in my gaming history. But back a long time ago, I think I was around probably 15 or 16. I had a Sega Dreamcast, and the Sega Dreamcast was an amazing console. Sadly, I had to get rid of mine because I couldn't find. I don't know I don't know if the AV connection was broken on my Dreamcast or if it broke or something. But I couldn't find a way to connect it back to my TV or whatever. So I ended up getting rid of it a long time ago. But the Sega Dreamcast was a really cool and awesome console. Um, there's a lot of amazing Dreamcast games I used to play back in the day. I remember I played the original GTA. I played, I think it was Unreal Tournament, and also Red Faction, which Red Faction and Unreal Tournament were my favorite Sega Dreamcast games to play. Again, I'm a huge, um, I'm a huge fan of shooting games, so I mostly played Unreal Tournament and also Red Faction 2, I believe, on the Sega Dreamcast. And I had a blast. I love the design of the Dreamcast. I do not own one anymore. I do want to buy one again in the future. When I have enough money to get one. But the Dreamcast has full controller ports. You can play, with your friends. You have four people who can play. The controller was very awesome. I actually really love the Dreamcast controller. I also like how you can have you have these VMUs that keep memory and storage. So you put the VMU inside the controller, and it has a little screen on it that it kind of shows you. I think it shows you how much battery is on it, how much data you have on your Dreamcast. There's just some very interesting and cool stuff the Dreamcast did. Now, of course, the Dreamcast came out when the PS2 was out, and the original Xbox, and also I believe the GameCube was out during this time, and the Dreamcast got absolutely destroyed. Um, well, PlayStation 2 was a big deal. A lot of people bought a PS2 because it was a DVD player plus a game console. So Sega didn't do very good against Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony, but especially against Sony because PS2 came out, and PlayStation 2 is one of the most sold game consoles ever. So Sega Dreamcast did not win against the competition, and the Sega Dreamcast was, I believe the Sega Dreamcast was less powerful than the Xbox and no, wait, I'm trying to think about it. I think the Dreamcast was less powerful than the Xbox, definitely. I do think it was less powerful than PS2. I'm not exactly sure on that. Dreamcast might have been more powerful than PS2, but the Dreamcast wasn't very, powerful compared to the other game consoles. But I think the Dreamcast was more powerful than the GameCube. If I'm not mistaken, it was a lot more powerful than the GameCube. But but yeah, the Sega Dreamcast failed. This was Sega's last and final game console, and after the Dreamcast, Sega didn't really make any new game consoles. They just kind of made games for Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony for the future. But yeah, the Dreamcast, I had a lot of fun with. There's a lot of amazing Dreamcast games that are amazing and fun. My favorites being Red Faction 2 and Unreal Tournament. Also Sonic. I love Sonic on the Dreamcast. I only played one Sonic game. I forgot which one it was. But it's been a long time since I've owned the Dreamcast, and I just want to talk about the Dreamcast for a little bit. In my opinion, it's a really awesome console. Even though the Dreamcast failed, it is a console that people do love. There's a lot of people out there that want Sega to make a Dreamcast 2. I'm not even joking. and there's a lot of people that still use Dreamcast and still play with the Dreamcast. There's people that own an entire game collection of Dreamcast games and Dreamcast consoles. I mean, it's a really cool console to collect for and to own, and it's very different from the other consoles at the time. It was very different from the Xbox and PS2 and GameCube. Um, there's a lot of Sega games on it, and there's also games that you can find on other game consoles. But I do love the Red Faction 2 game on Dreamcast, and on and Unreal Tournament for the Dreamcast. Unreal Tournament is one of my favorite shooting games. Period. I love Unreal Tournament. But anyway, with that stuff being said, I'm gonna end the video now. I just want to make a quick Sega Dreamcast video and my views on it. I think it's a good console to collect for and to own. This console failed, but it was actually a pretty amazing game console, honestly. The biggest issue that I know with the Sega Dreamcast, same with like PS2s, and I believe the GameCube as well, is the laser going out. A lot of Dreamcasts, a lot of the Sega Dreamcasts had disc reading issues. It was not as common with PS2 and the GameCube, but with the Dreamcast, a lot of people had their lasers go out, so they couldn't read. So the Dreamcast couldn't read the game anymore. So that was one of the biggest issues with Dreamcast. But other than that, the Sega Dreamcast was a pretty amazing console. And one day I'll definitely buy another Dreamcast in the future. But anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think about the Sega Dreamcast, and peace.